deep, steady voice with a commanding yet heartfelt presence. Life has a way of constantly throwing distractions your way, trying to pull you in every direction and steer you away from what truly matters. It's like a battleground where every time you try to focus, doubts and fears seem to surface, telling you why you can't succeed. But let me tell you something. The real battle is within your mind. That's where true victory lies. The moment you decide to focus, to commit to something greater, you begin to see the real power of your mind. As you start to shut out the noise, the distractions, and the outside opinions, your path becomes clearer, and your strength grows. Focus is not just a tool, it is a weapon. And when you learn how to use it, when you train yourself to see past all the chaos around you, you become unstoppable. However, focusing your mind doesn't happen by chance. It's not a skill you stumble upon. It requires constant practice. You must train your mental strength every day, or else the world will decide for you where your attention goes. Trust me, the world is full of distractions, people pulling at you, entertainment vying for your time, and your own doubts clouding your judgment. But here's the reality. When you commit to focusing on what truly matters, everything shifts. This decision, this dedication to staying locked in, creates a massive transformation in your life. Distractions are not merely minor inconveniences. No, they are carefully crafted to keep you from your purpose. They come disguised as comfort, entertainment, or even people who claim they have your best interest at heart. But here's the truth. You cannot afford to let distractions control your life. If you let them, they will dominate your every move. Every time you commit to something important, something that challenges you to grow, distractions show up at the most inconvenient times. You sit down to work and your phone dings with a new notification. You take a step forward toward your goal, and suddenly, someone has an opinion about what you're doing. Before you know it, you're second-guessing yourself, wondering whether you should listen to them or keep moving toward your dream. But let me ask you this. Who gave them the power to decide your future? Why should their opinions matter more than your destiny? Distractions come in many forms, external and internal. Fear, self-doubt, and that nagging voice telling you, "What if I fail?" are some of the biggest distractions we face. If you don't learn how to silence them, you will remain stuck, trapped in mediocrity, and unable to move toward the greatness you are meant for. Recognize that distractions, no matter their form, are simply tests, and passing these tests requires mental strength and discipline. Staying focused is no easy task. It requires awareness, effort, and the daily commitment to making better choices. Every decision you make, no matter how small, shapes your future. And if you don't actively take control of where your attention goes, distractions will create a life for you that you never wanted. Don't believe for a second that even the most successful people are immune to distractions. They face them too. But here's the key difference. They recognize them for what they are and choose not to entertain them. Distractions don't rent space in their minds. They understand that focus is their greatest asset, and they cultivate it with discipline and intention. That's the level you need to reach. You need to train your mind to see distractions for what they are. Temporary interruptions that have no power unless you give it to them. You must be strong enough to say, "Not today. I have work to do. I have a mission to complete," because at the end of the day, distractions only have the power that you allow them to have. When you master your focus, when you keep your eyes locked on your goal, that's when transformation happens. It's in this moment, this decision to stay focused, that everything begins to change. Focus is not a passing habit. It's not something you do when it's convenient or easy. Focus is a weapon. It separates the winners from the ones who make excuses, the disciplined from the distracted. But just like any weapon, focus needs to be sharpened. If you don't train it, if you don't strengthen it, distractions will defeat you. Think about it. Every little setback, every little challenge, every small distraction becomes an opportunity for you to train your mind to stay on track. But most people never do that. They start strong, full of excitement and energy, but as soon as life throws them a challenge, they falter. They get distracted. They look at what others are doing, questioning whether they should follow their lead. And that's where they go wrong. When you truly understand the power of focus, you stop chasing after every little thing. You stop responding to every external influence. You stop entertaining negativity, and you begin to lock in on what truly matters. You recognize that focus is your strength. This is why successful people, whether they are athletes, business leaders, or artists, achieve greatness. They don't get there by accident. They get there because they worked on their focus. They train their minds every single day, refusing to be distracted. Their ability to stay locked in on their vision is what propelled them to the top. Now, focus is not about a smooth ride. It's not about avoiding obstacles. No, it's about having the mental toughness to press on despite the distractions. It's about training your mind to stay on course, even when life tries to pull you in a million different directions. Distractions will come. Challenges will arise. But your response to these challenges, your ability to stay focused, will determine your success. Imagine for a moment that you gave your full attention to what truly matters. If you stopped wasting time on things that don't move you forward, if you stopped engaging in distractions and instead channeled all your energy into your goals, your life would transform. You'd become stronger, your results would improve, and your life would shift in ways you never thought possible. But it requires work. It requires you to make the tough decisions, to say no to things that waste your time, and to eliminate the distractions that keep you from your purpose. The mind is a powerful tool, but it needs focus to reach its full potential. And when you learn to control your focus, to train it and make it stronger every day, you'll begin to see results that others only dream of. So take action today. Eliminate the distractions that are keeping you from your true potential. Focus on your mission and watch as your life transforms before your eyes. Deep, commanding voice full of intensity and rhythm. Listen closely, because doubt and fear are coming for you, and they won't hesitate to show up. It doesn't matter how skilled you are or how much potential you have. They don't care about any of that. They're coming for everybody. But here's something you need to understand. Just because doubt arrives doesn't mean you have to welcome it in. Just because fear knocks on your doors doesn't mean you have to invite it inside. Doubt is a deceiver. It whispers in your ear, sowing seeds of insecurity, telling you that you're not enough, that you're not capable, and bombarding you with questions like, what if you fail? The moment you allow it to take root, you feed into it, and if you feed it long enough, it will dominate your thoughts. It will rob you of your confidence, your drive, and trap you into playing small. That's exactly what doubt wants. It seeks to prevent you from stepping into the greatness that's already lying dormant within you. But listen, here's the key. You must learn how to shut it down. You have to train yourself to disregard it, because doubt only has power over you if you give it power. Fear only holds sway if you allow it. The real winners, the ones who reach their full potential, are not the ones who never experience doubt. They are the ones who, despite the doubt, push forward. Think about anyone who's achieved something great in this world. Do you really believe they didn't face doubt? Do you think they never heard that voice in their head telling them, what if I mess up? What if I fail? Of course they did. But here's the difference. They didn't let that doubt hold them back. They felt the fear, they heard the doubts in their minds, yet they kept moving because they understood one simple truth. Fear is temporary. Regret, on the other hand, lasts forever. Now, fear itself is nothing more than an illusion. It's a story your mind creates to keep you stuck in place, to prevent you from stepping into the very life you're meant to lead. But when you face it, when you stand up to it, you'll quickly see that it's not as powerful as it pretends to be. Everything you feared, everything you doubted, turns out to be far less intimidating than it seemed in your mind. And here's the thing. You need to train yourself to fight back. You must condition yourself to move forward even when you're not feeling ready. Because here's a hard truth. If you wait until all the doubt fades away, if you wait until fear is completely absent before you take action, you will never take action. You'll be waiting forever. Warriors don't enter battle without fear, and yet they march forward anyway. Why? because they know fear is simply a test. It's a challenge to see if you're truly committed, to see if you're willing to push through the discomfort to achieve your goal. Fear is there to test your resolve. It wants to know how badly you want what you say you want. So the next time doubt comes calling, the next time fear tries to sneak into your mind, I want you to remember something. You don't have to engage with it. You don't have to give it any space in your mind. The moment you decide not to entertain doubt, the moment you choose to take action despite it, that's when you truly take control of your life. That's when you win. In today's world, the same principle applies to every aspect of your life, whether you're navigating relationships, career decisions, or personal growth. The battle with doubt and fear is universal, yet the difference between those who succeed and those who fail is often how they handle these inner battles. In relationships, for instance, how many times has doubt whispered that you might not be worthy of someone's love, or that you won't succeed in connecting with others? But remember, this voice only wins if you let it control your actions. So when doubt appears in your life, recognize it for what it is, an obstacle. Push through it, step forward anyway, and watch how you gain the strength to overcome not only fear, but also the limitations you place on yourself. When you embrace that mindset in all areas of your life, fear loses its grip, and you begin to walk in the power of your purpose, making decisions with confidence and becoming the person you were always meant to be. As deep, firm voice with pauses for emphasis and impact. Listen carefully. The battle for control starts with your mind. You either dominate your thoughts, or they will dominate you. The world will dictate your every move if you let it. This is the harsh truth. Too many people are merely existing, living a life that wasn't even their choice, being pushed around by distractions, opinions, and fears. They're trapped, unable to break free because they haven't taken control. Why? Because they don't protect their mind. They let the noise of society, the endless chatter of social media, and the overwhelming pressure of others' expectations define their reality. And when you let that happen, the consequences are inevitable. You lose yourself. The most successful individuals, those who rise above, share one common trait. They are the masters of their own minds. They refuse to let the world tell them who they are, how they should think, or what they should want. Instead, they think for themselves, act with intention, and cut through the noise with precision. This is the power you must harness, mind control. You might wonder why some people remain stagnant, stuck in the same cycle year after year, never achieving their true potential. It's not a lack of talent or ability, it's a failure to control their mind. They let doubts, negativity, and the distractions of life build walls around them, trapping them in mediocrity. But here's the powerful truth. You don't have to live like that. It all starts with your mind. Your thoughts are the seeds of your actions, and just like a garden, what you plant is what will grow. If you allow negativity, fear, or doubt to infiltrate your mind, that's what will define you. But if you nurture your mind with positive, empowering thoughts, your life will transform. Just like a garden needs to be carefully tended, so does your mind. Protect it, feed it, and watch it flourish. The most successful people, those who stand tall and conquer life, have one thing in common: control. They don't let fear or distractions sway them. They move with purpose, with a vision that is theirs alone. The question is, are you in control of your life, or are you allowing the world to control you? Think about it. If you don't take charge, someone else will. Strength, success, and control don't come from wishful thinking. They come from consistent, disciplined action. Strength doesn't come from talking about what you're going to do one day. It comes from doing the work, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. Success doesn't wait for you to feel ready, it demands action. Like a champion athlete who shows up every day, even when they're tired, sore, or discouraged, you must show up for yourself. Discipline is not just a physical trait, it's mental toughness, the ability to push through the discomfort, to keep going when no one's watching. It's doing what's necessary, not what's easy. As I've always said, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. If you're making excuses in one area of your life, you're making excuses everywhere. Excuses are thieves. They steal your potential, your success, and your peace of mind. There's no room for them in your life. Every day you make a choice to stay the same or to rise to the challenge, to stay in your comfort zone or to push yourself into growth. Comfort is a prison, and it's not where greatness is forged. Greatness comes from commitment, from the relentless pursuit of improvement, no matter the cost. Focus is the key that unlocks this power. Without focus, there is no discipline. Without discipline, there is no strength. You cannot afford to let your focus slip. Focus is the foundation upon which all success is built. So I challenge you now. Decide to be in control. Protect your mind. Stay focused. Make the commitment to be better every single day. Your future self will thank you. You ever wonder why some people start strong but fade out? They start with all this energy, all this excitement, but then boom, they get distracted. They lose focus. They let their feelings dictate their actions, and before they know it, they're right back where they started. You know why? Because they never built discipline. They never trained themselves to push forward, even when it got hard. And trust me, it will get hard. Anything worth having requires struggle. Anything worth building requires sacrifice. But if you can master discipline, if you can wake up every single day and do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not, that's when you get stronger. That's when you rise. That's when you separate yourself from the rest. Because at the end of the day, discipline ain't about motivation. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. But discipline? That's permanent. Discipline is what keeps you moving when motivation fades. Discipline is what gets you up in the morning when the bed is calling your name. Discipline is what makes you choose growth over comfort, consistency over convenience, purpose over pleasure. And when you develop that kind of discipline, when you train yourself to show up, to put in the work, to stay committed, even when nobody's watching, that's when you become unstoppable. That's when you start building the kind of strength that nothing and nobody can take away from you. Let me tell you something. When you lock in, when you truly focus on your purpose, your vision, your grind, everything starts to shift. Everything. Your mind gets sharper, your decisions get clearer, your path becomes undeniable. See, too many people are walking around distracted. They're looking left, looking right, checking what everybody else is doing, worried about opinions, chasing 100 different things at once, and then they wonder why they're stuck. Why are they not moving forward? Why success always seems just out of reach? But the moment you lock in, that's when the game changes. That's when doors start opening. That's when you start elevating, start growing, start stepping into the level you were meant to be on. Think about a laser, a beam of light. By itself, nothing special. But when you focus it, when you concentrate that energy, it cuts through steel. That's what focus does to your life. It makes you sharper, stronger, more powerful. It makes you dangerous in the best way possible, because now nothing can shake you. Nothing can move you off course. But here's the thing. Locking in ain't easy. Oh no, it requires sacrifice. It requires discipline. It requires saying no to distractions, saying no to things that used to entertain you but ain't serving you anymore, because you can't reach your full potential while still holding on to the things that keep you average. You can't elevate while still clinging to the habits that weigh you down. See, every level of success, every level of greatness requires a new version of you, a version that's more focused, more disciplined, more locked in than you've ever been before. And that means letting go of things that don't fit where you're going. It means cutting off the noise. It means training yourself to stay dialed in no matter what's going on around you. You ever watch a sniper? They don't just aim and shoot. No. They lock in. They steady their breathing. They block out the noise. They don't move until they have a clear shot, because they know one moment of distraction, 1 second of doubt, and they miss the target. Same thing with your mind. You got to train yourself to focus like that. You got to train yourself to stop reacting to every little thing. Stop chasing every little distraction. Stop letting everything and everybody pull you away from your mission. Because When you master that kind of focus, oh, now you're operating on a different level. And let me tell you, when you lock in, people notice. They see the change. They see the growth. They see that you're not playing games anymore. And some people, oh, they won't like it. They'll try to pull you back, try to remind you of who you used to be, but you've got to be strong enough, disciplined enough to keep moving forward. Because this is your journey. This is your vision. And if you stay locked in, if you stay focused, if you keep pushing, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Now listen, everything I've said to you today, every word, every principle, every truth, it all comes down to one thing. What are you going to do with it? Because words can inspire you, words can move you, words can light a fire inside of you. But if you don't act, if you don't apply them, then they're just words, just noise, just something that got you hyped for a moment but didn't change a thing. And I don't want that for you. You don't want that for you. See? Life is moving. Time is ticking. The world ain't slowing down for nobody. And every single day you are either getting stronger or you're getting weaker. You're either getting sharper or you're getting duller. You're either stepping into your purpose or you're letting distractions, doubt and fear pull you further away from it. And that choice is yours. Nobody can do this for you. Nobody can want it for you more than you want it for yourself. You got to be the one to decide, today I lock in. Today I strengthen my mind. Today I stop letting distractions, fear and opinions control me. Today I take control. Because I'll tell you this, everybody wants success until it's time to do what success requires. Everybody wants greatness until it's time to sacrifice, time to stay disciplined, time to wake up early, time to stay focused when the world is pulling you in 100 different directions. And that's the test right there. That's the difference between the ones who talk about it and the ones who become it. So I got to ask you, who are you going to be? Are you going to be the one who starts strong but fades out when it gets tough? The one who lets distractions, setbacks and negativity push them off course? Or are you going to be the one who locks in, who stays focused, who builds a mind so strong that nothing can stop them? Because, hear me, life is always going to test you. Life is always going to throw challenges your way. But the strength of your mind, the power of your focus, that's what determines whether you break or whether you rise. And I need you to rise. I need you to take what's inside of you, your gifts, your purpose, your vision, and run with it. Stop playing small. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop letting doubt hold you back. You got everything you need. The strength, the focus, the discipline. It's already in you. You just got to make the choice to tap into it, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, when you look back on your life, the question is going to be simple. Did I give it everything I had? And if you can answer yes, if you can say, I locked in, I stayed focused, I fought through every challenge, I left nothing on the table, then let me tell you something. You will have lived a life of purpose, a life of impact, a life that meant something. So make the choice right now, not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Lock in. Strengthen your mind. Stay focused. Because the ones who do, the ones who refuse to be shaken, refuse to be distracted, refuse to be stopped, those are the ones who change the world.